You can see it's starting to get a lot faster. This is, oh, there you go. So game over and then back to start. Hi, so welcome back to Bike Forever. This is part 3 of the ZX81 racing game. Previous 2 parts were sort of work in progress, various stages. This is a port of a racing game by John Kingsman. I think that was originally posted on the previous video of mine in the comments, and this led down the challenge to get this working on ZX81, which was pretty fun actually in the end, seeing it sort of slowly come to the point where it's a workable game. So I can't take credit for the original code. It's this guy, I think it was written as a tutorial somewhere in a book or somewhere else, magazine perhaps. Don't know the origin of it. I've given credit there anyway. Regardless of that, I've pretty much reworked the whole lot, apart from a few things like collision detection, which seem to work on the ZX81. A lot of the screen, drawing to screen, and random, the random number generator, reading the keyboards is completely different on the ZX81. I've also added a few extra bits like a title screen as well, which makes it a little bit more like a game. I sort of commercialized it a little bit. So you can see all this code on GitHub. Put the link again in the description. I'll kind of do a quick walk through the code. So the first thing it does, it jumps straight to this intro title, and prints out basically the title screen as you see it. When you'll see that when I run it, it tells you what the keys are. There's a little checkered flag at the top and bottom, and also this warning message about the little feature that when you get in the car at the start, as soon as you start, it's pulling to the right, so you have to get it under control. And then it goes into this sort of main part of the sort of main label here, clears the screen, sets up a few things. Now I've got this speed up level counter, so what it actually does is as you go further up the screen, it gets quicker and quicker and more difficult to progress. I think the original game was just static, it was the same speed all the way through, so I thought I'd add that to it, which adds a bit of a difference, which is quite good. All this is loaded just initializing the screen, like various variables you use, right? Initialize the road, so the initial part of the road, I draw it straight down the screen. The car, setting up the car, start, and then principal loop. So these labels are the same as the original ZX Spectrum game, like principal loop is. So we've got like sort of 3 main parts to this code with reading in keyboard input. So keys are Z and M for left and right. You've got the parts which moves the car, also draws the car again, but then detects collisions. You've got this included with that is sort of scrolling the road upwards, drawing a new road left or right according to a random number generator, which I found on this Spectrum computing forum, which is really good. I've noticed this does tend to sort of vary in its randomness depending on how fast the code's running, and as you get through the game it sort of changes a bit, which is, yeah, might be quite good. Yeah, and then you sort of moving the road left or right, checking if it's on the edge of the screen. General thing in ZH assembler, this is one of these variables, if you like, that I've created near the top. I've at least defined memory for it. So these brackets, parentheses, basically means take the value in that memory location, and LD means load it into that register. In this case, so you're loading value at var road left address into register HL, and inc is increment, so just add 1 to it. There's various other things. I mean, Z8 assembler is probably one of the most well documented assembler languages you could come across. It's one of the reasons it's been around for so long and still used in industrial applications in different places, I think. Still make the CPUs, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and then after all that, sort of moving the road around, redrawing it, there's a wait loop at the bottom, and this is where I sort of changed. Originally it was fixed at this delay, so because Z80, because the assembler code runs relatively fast compared to basic, you have to deliberately put wait loops in to slow it down. This game will be unplayable if there was no wait loops, so I've actually tried it, and it draws the screen so fast you can hardly see anything moving or have time to do anything. So you got this little wait loop, and I base it on this variable, which continuously subtract 1 from it, and then, well, actually subtract 3 from it and check it's got to the minimum. If it's got to the minimum, just set that to FF. And yeah, so that wait loop then basically jumps back up to the start of the main game loop. If you crash, so there's a bit of code. I'll just show you the bit of code scrolling up. The thing that detects if you crashed is here. So it checks effectively what is in the character position, where the car position is, and if that's not 0, the result of this, then it jumps to game over. And game over, effectively all it does is sort of prints your score out. At the moment it's a bit it's not too good. It'd be better if it was decimal, and I also would have wanted to have like a score as you run in as well, as you go in, and a high score would be good too. But yeah, so it just prints it in hex rather than decimal. Doing it from assembler is quite a bit of extra code. I have to dig out. I might well get that working at some point. And it just goes into like another little wait loop at the end, which just is a thing. You can see that you know the crash and your final score before you go back to it jumps back to the intro tile and starts all again. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just demo this running now. Okay, so without further ado, let's load up this racing.p file, and this is on GitHub as well, so you can just download this and try run it in a 16K emulator of ZX81. I'm just using 81, so there you go. So what I'll do, I'll try and get it. Let's zoom in a bit more. 400%. Not sure if you can see all that, but and I'll try and get it in the middle of the screen as well. Could go full screen, but so there you go. Your title screen. I'll check flags. ZX81 Racing. It has to start Z left and M right, and this little warning message, the pit crew's told you the car has a fault, so it pulls to the right at the start, so you have to be ready for that, and you have to steer left. So here we go. So yeah, you can see. So it does get progressively harder as you go along. Might just fast forward some of the video. It's the bit where it gets like really quick. Nearly at the side then. Sometimes it's just the random number generator doesn't actually do much for a while, and then eventually it just gets rid. So you're going down a straight effectively. And as you can see, it's starting to get a lot faster. This is, oh, there you go. So game over, and then back to start. Okay, well, I hope you like that little sort of demo of the game, and maybe you can play it, or maybe you can see the source code, so if anyone wants to take that on and maybe improve it, they're welcome to do so. Okay, bye for now.